Hello everybody, hello, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to everyone in chat already. Welcome Angie, Hannah, Kimberlyn, Falling for Hugh. Oh, I do know your name. I've been watching some of your videos. Remind me of your name, Falling for Hugh. I do try and say people's actual names. I've watched a couple of your videos and I'm trying to remember it and my mind's gone. Welcome Nessa, Kaz, Essie, and Anastasia. Welcome Paulina, Amanda, Vera, welcome in, and Chrissy. Welcome. Why? Oh, well, there we go. Welcome, Kimberlyn. I was like, I'm seeing Kimberlyn, people saying her name, but I couldn't remember. Couldn't see. I need my glasses on. That's the trouble. I need my glasses on. Romany, that's it. I knew as soon as I heard it. I love how you sing our names. I don't know, that's just how I go about saying them all. Kimberlyn's had a terrible day. Or not terrible day, a day. Middle schoolers were terrible. Oh no. Hiya, Amy, welcome in. I was going to do a bit of prep before this video, but I've been kind of madly colouring a lot the past few days, so I haven't looked up any background ideas yet, and I haven't come up with any colour combos for the bunnies yet, but I want to do some brown ones, some white ones, some patchy ones, all sorts of different colour combos for them. You had to kick a kid out to the office? I've never have had to do that. Oh no. Hiya Marielle, welcome in. So I might start with the mountain at the back here. I might go for kind of similar greeny tones that I've got in the water. Dropping things. I had to yell at someone the other day, I get it. Yeah, apparently my mum had to yell at someone at work. She's a GP receptionist and had to yell at a man for trying to tie his dog up to a hedge. And I'm like, how can you even do that? And she was just like, yeah, I know. Alright, where's that juniper green? Like a nice blue sky with some clouds would be nice. Yeah, I was thinking like sunsetty, but I kind of don't want to introduce any more colours to the page. Like, I don't want to introduce like an orange or reds or anything like that. And I do like the idea of it being a nice bright day scene. Let's grab both of these. I'd like to go on a bunny picnic. Wouldn't that be cute? Ooh, kicking you. Just sharpen these. But I am getting there with my big old list of pages to colour by the end of the month. Here is where I'm looking at. The Nelco Necker one is so close to being done. I've just got the finishing touches like metallic watercolour, glitter gel pen, white highlights, things like that, but all the colouring is done. Rooms of Wonder is really close to being done. I've got like a third of the background left to do because I've been using a black acrylic paint pen and gosh, you get so tired of that after a while. Halloween, I've come up with an idea of what I want to do for that. This one I'm finishing today. So yeah, I'm doing really well actually. I need to make some good progress on the Secret Invitation page tomorrow. I think that's going to be high on my to-do list, and then also the Kawaii Tarot book. Bunnies are your very fit, nice ring. We had a bunny with 3 really small babies brought in 5 to 7 days ago. So sad. The ambulance. Yes, we have animal ambulances here. Wow. Told us that she had 5, but 2 weren't alive when they got to her. Oh no. That is sad. Right, so for the mountains here, I'm using juniper green and earth green. Give me a minute, feeding the dog, changing clothes. No worries, Kimberlyn, you take all the time you need. And then come back and spill the tea with us. I've just been too tired to colour lately. I did my buddy colour and a few other pages in another book. That's fair enough, Anastasia. Sometimes you just gotta prioritise. I go through weird phases with my list of going, oh, I can complete this easy, and then other days where I'm like, I'm never going to complete this. And it's like, it's absolutely fine if I take another day or two to finish a specific page or whatnot, but I've got so many plans for November as well that I really want to minimise the amount of pages I'm bringing over. But I am hopeful. I am hopeful. I mean, how many are on this list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 maybes. Oh, 2 of them are very, very close to being done. This is another one that's on that list. And then another one is one I'm going to be doing on stream on Friday. You lost your 2 bunnies. Oh no. Very, very sad. Losing the animals. Hiya, Trinu. I had to think about your name then. Smart Husky. Hi Trinu, welcome in. And welcome Shani, thanks for joining. Oh my goodness, an animal ambulance, that's genius. Yeah, like, it makes sense though, doesn't it? Like, animals that get in sort of emergency situations. Yeah, the ambulances ride around, so if you see an animal in need, you can call them and they bring them to shelters like ours. It's all charity and people love donating for it. Yeah, that's really nice. Hiya Brittany, you just had to get your 14.2 pound, he's not overweight, this is his normal weight, cat interested in one of his bird toys that makes a noise with a small device inside of it that does the noise. Fair enough. My cat isn't a big toy fan, but there's 2 which she does play with every now and then, and they sit at the top of the stairs, which is just outside my room where I colour. And every now and then you'll hear her playing with them and kind of just licking at them. They're filled with catnip. One's a banana, one's a cactus. So I was playing around with those. What book are we talking about? Angie, you ordered your first book from Blackwell's the other day, Tales from the Forest Kingdom. Nice, Angie. That one is my favourite by Hannah Carson. I really do love it. It is stunning. A really nice variety of pages in that one. Can't wait to colour in it when it arrives, yeah. Animal ambulance here is for large animals that can't fit in cars. That's fair enough, yeah. I'm thinking like a horse. Can't exactly take that in your car to the vet. He was asking me for food since he's serving a dry cat food at 5 PM Eastern time here in Georgia. I got some of those super golden markers you were mentioning, just used a silver one on a picture. They are brilliant. They do kind of clog up though, and you do have to like remove the tip, give it a good rinse, sometimes even replace the tip, but the shine they give, oh, so nice. And they're so easy to work with and apply. You don't have to worry about mess like you do with I mean, you can do it, I'm sure, without making a mess. I seem to always make a bit of a mess when using metallic paints, and a lot shinier than any gel pen that I have. He denied doing it. He kept at it every time I wasn't looking directly. Oh, I think I've missed some of this. Okay, the kiddo was making noises and wouldn't stop. At first I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. When I figured it out, I asked him to stop. He denied doing it. He kept at it every time I wasn't looking directly at him. So I instructed standing behind him for the rest of the hour. He had class with this teacher later again in the day. A different class. He came in and was making the noises again. Kids started complaining about it. Bye-bye. Yeah, get out. He cried when the principal talked to him. Well, that shows him. Hopefully he won't do it again. Ah, you're a substitute teacher. Hi, Raven. Welcome in. We just got the super golden markers too. Is there a set with a smaller tip too? I know there's some with like the medium tip. I have the fine. I don't know if it says it on here. The fine one, 0.7mm with like the plastic nib. Oh, just put some on my hand there. But I do know it comes in a slightly, I think, with the more kind of like fabric-y tip rather than the plastic one. I know the 18 set of super golden markers comes in a smaller tip than just the bigger tip. I found for sale on the free Temu app. That's nice. I do need to think when some of mine start running out, I will have a look into the bigger set, because I do know there is a bigger set. See what other colours are involved with them. I think they are probably on par with the metallic Artex acrylics, maybe a little less translucent. Nice. I'm a retired teacher, 29 years in a middle school that I was subbing in today. Ah, nice. This kid lol, so happy you didn't have to deal with me. I am not kid friendly lol. My mistake for taking a job in a middle school during Halloween week. I will never again. High school yes, middle school no. Fair enough. Only 18 set with the bigger tip on from Temu. Nice. And you've got the 18 set too, Angie. Oh, dropping pencils. Just noticed a bit. Pick that up before I forget. There we go. Just noticed a bit of the water there that I missed. I'm sad that I can't order from Amazon Japan because of some Swiss custom laws. Oh no, that's so annoying. Yeah, because I do find Amazon Japan is by far the cheapest way of getting Japanese books. Because a lot of the independent sellers on Etsy charge per book, whereas on Amazon Japan there's kind of like a flat rate for the shipping, and then each extra book you add on top is approximately £2 extra, so it does make it more worth it, the kind of like more books you have. Last year I had to cut off middle school in about mid-May too. Had a bad day and I was like, nope, no more middle school for the rest of this year. What ages, what grades ages are middle school? Because we do have middle school at some places in the UK. It's a bit random, but not for me. Grades 6 to 8, ages 11 to 14. So that would be 7 to 9 in the UK. Yeah, those aren't nice. Those aren't nice ages. It's quite a short time that you're in middle school then. Only 3 years. Because for us in the UK it's most schools, it's weird, it's kind of regional based. Some areas have middle schools, but most don't. But most of ours are from reception to year 6, which is you start reception when you're 4, and then year 6 is for is it 10 11s? Yeah, 10 going on 11. And then secondary school is year 7 to year 11, which that is 11 until 16. And then some schools have sixth forms, which is like the next 2 years, year 12 to year 13. But you don't have to do that. You can go to college instead and do a BTEC, so a more kind of vocational course. You could do like childcare, health and beauty. I think there's some sort of like engineering kind of mechanics, more practical things. You plan on watching Shrek Halloween time? Nice. I wanted to order Eerie books, but I guess that is not possible. Have a look for Eerie books on other Amazon sites, because they do pop up. Romantic country ones for sure you can find on other Amazon sites. I know you can on Amazon UK anyway. And then the world legends, world fairy tales, etc., they sometimes pop up. It seems interesting to put 12-year-olds together with 17-year-olds. Oh, wait, so when you have all those grades together in a secondary school, do they intermingle, or are the kids sort of separated? Yeah, they intermingle during like breaks, lunchtimes, whatnot, but you only have classes within your age group, within your year group. But yeah, there is a massive kind of height, age difference between the youngest and the oldest, like with people leaving school and they're 6 foot tall, and then you've got these tiny little boys who are like 3 foot, haven't gone through puberty yet. But they don't intermingle that much. You tend to keep within your year groups, mostly anyway. Yeah, have you tried independent sellers on Etsy or eBay for the Eerie books? In Scotland, we have primary school P1 to 7, ages 5 to 11, and secondary school, high school S1 to 6. So you can leave school age 16. So that sounds like it's pretty much the same system as we have in England. I think it's England and Wales that all the schooling is the same. Then Scotland has its own thing going on with slightly different names and curriculum, etc. We have preschool and nursery before primary school. Yeah, same. Preschool would be like age 2 to 4. I think that would help the dumb behaviours. I understand they wouldn't be in the same class, but are they separated inside the building somehow? No. Like, you kind of share the same classrooms as other people do, and walking through the halls you pass older kids, younger kids, sort of thing. Here we have this idea that each school should cater to the age and be specialised in it, sort of. In my old district there's a K1 building, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 8, then high school is 9 to 12. Oh. So it's quite niche in a way. Not niche. Yeah. Each age group is quite distinct. Whereas here, yeah. for teachers in secondary schools, they teach year 7 up to year 13. How have you coloured that so quickly? I'm so slow still. Because she's Hurricane Jess. I just colour, and it comes together. Hi Adore, welcome in. Some high schools here in the USA are allowing their high school students to get training for a trade and or get a 2-year associate's degree before they graduate high school. Since not all high schoolers want to go to college or university to get a degree at all. Yeah, it's something that I find quite interesting about, like, the fact that in the UK, once you get to doing your GCSEs, which I believe, oh, I have no idea what the equivalent would be, but that's the exam you do when you're 16. When you do your GCSEs, you kind of pick 3 subjects that you want to do. You still have to do English, maths, science, often religious studies, depending on the school you're in. But you then pick 3 subjects as your options. So I did French, history and art. Some schools make you pick a language in a humanities subject. Not all do. So you could pick like art, music, drama, if you were, say, not so much of an academic. And then when you get to sixth form / college and you do your A-levels, so that's the exams you complete before going to university, you pick 3 to 4 subjects and that's it. You don't have to do English, you don't have to do maths. As long as you've passed your GCSE, you don't have to do it anymore. So I did psychology, sociology and English literature. And then when you go to university, it's specialised even more. You do 1 subject and that is it. You don't do anything else. So I just did psychology at uni. Whereas in the US, up until you're 18, you're still having to do all of those subjects. And even at uni to a certain extent, from my understanding, which is interesting to me. Like, I like that the idea that once you hit 16 and you pass your exams, you don't have to do maths if you aren't interested in it. You don't have to bother with that stuff. Hiya Holly, welcome in. I'm so glad to see this, Brittany. We've had too much of an emphasis on going to college here. Yeah, and especially in America, where not only it's you don't want to go to college, but you can't afford to go to college because it's so expensive and, like, at times inaccessible, whereas our loan system here in the UK is pretty good. Like, if you want to go to uni, you can. Like, it doesn't really matter your income status, and each university costs the exact same. There's no kind of variable pricing for a quote-unquote better university. All costs the exact same. The only difference in costs would be living costs, depending on where you go in the country. I'd almost rather my boys go to trade than go to college. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's great that the option is out there, because some people just aren't academic and that's absolutely fine. Or they know they want to be a hairdresser, so they focus on doing hairdressing. And you can do that from 16 and get a really good sort of start in the career with your, like, apprenticeships and whatnot. You do a lot of good training within it. I did art, double ICT and religious studies and Spanish. Language was compulsory. Fair enough. Yeah, some schools would make you do a language, some wouldn't. Mine didn't have any requirements. They made a big deal about having what they call an English baccalaureate, which is when you get a GCSE in a language and a humanities subject, so history or geography. And they were like, do this, it'll look great on your CV. Since achieving my GCSEs and doing those subjects, have I ever once mentioned that I've got an English baccalaureate? No. Does anyone care? No. They just care what grade you got. And even now, like, you don't put down your GCSE grades, you put down your A-levels or university degrees. What bothers me is all the colleges and universities that were doing associate degrees in library sciences have since got rid of that degree. That now makes people who want to become an associate librarian before becoming a librarian, they're required to get a bachelor degree before having to get a grad degree in library science and being a librarian. And the library doesn't always pay that well here in the USA. That's kind of crazy. Like, I wouldn't have thought being a librarian would be such a skilled career, one that you would even need a degree for. But yeah, I mean, I don't know much about librarians, to be honest. I'm gonna have to go in a sec. Do you do lives on certain days and times so I'm prepared next time? Romany, I do lives every Wednesday and Friday, 7:30 UK time. So I will be back here same time on Friday. I've got a fun Halloween page lined up to do. I think those mountains look quite nice there. Oh, you got 7:30 London time, Kimberlyn. I think you put your time, but then put London time by mistake. Yeah, there is a colouring stream schedule for a whole bunch of streamers in my description of all of my streams. Ooh, sorry, just rubbing my plug on my laptop. Oops, I did. Sorry, I got what you meant. I was like, I'm not here at 2:30. Great, I will see you then, Romany. Take care. Have a good rest of your evening. Mine was vying to become a languages college, which is why they made it compulsory. In the end, they got their language college status, but only by including English, so English and MFL college. Fair enough. I think my school was a humanities school. It's something weird in the UK that you can apply to specialise in something. Like, you can be a science school, you can be a humanities school, you can be a language school, and it just means you get like additional funding for those subjects. So we've got this fancy humanities block building. The school system in Germany is so complicated. Every region can choose their own system, and Germany has around 6 different diplomas you can get. Wow. Yeah, I quite appreciate the fact that the UK is pretty consistent with our national curriculum. Like, everyone's doing the same thing, kind of thing. I got told after doing French in my first year and second year that I didn't have to do a foreign language class in 3rd and 4th year because I wouldn't pass the exams. Fair enough, Angie. If I could turn back time, I wouldn't bother doing French. It was my worst grade. I still passed it, but it was my worst grade. Didn't really enjoy it. I just did it for the sake of doing it. I would have done something that I'd actually had more of an interest in, really. Although, it wasn't really anything that I had more of an interest in, to be honest. Oh yes, you need a degree to be a librarian. Otherwise you can only be a library assistant. Ah. I worked in a school with a qualified librarian. She was very particular about it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about, like library. Like library, ugh, I can't speak. Library assistants. And today it was 3:30, not 2:30. It will go back next week though, Kimberlyn, because of your clocks changing. So it'll be back to the normal time. The issue here is too many people end up having to take out so many loans, but our current president has passed laws limiting that, since we have too many people paying their loans off and not always working in jobs that pay that well, especially with being a librarian. Working in any libraries here in the USA, that doesn't always pay that well. Yeah, for loans in this country, you have big interest fees, but once you hit 30 years, the debt is wiped. Doesn't matter if you've paid off £500, £5,000, £50,000. The debt is cleared. So once it's been 30 years, then you don't have to worry about that. So I'm like, bring on 52. I haven't paid a single penny yet back from my student loans because I haven't had a high enough paying job yet, but that is fine. I'm colouring in a new Halloween / autumn book that I got delivered at the weekend from Amazon. It's Little Miss Pumpkinhead by Demi's Colouring Corner. Nice. My high school was a Roman Catholic school, but was basically non-denominational. I still haven't paid my student loans yet. Yeah, Catholic schools have to, like when I was doing my teacher training, did all my training in Catholic schools, just that was what I was assigned, I didn't choose it. The main difference is that you've got to do a lot more hours of RE a week. Right, I'm going to start doing some of these bunnies. Let's get out some pencils. For example, in Bayern, typical German region, everyone knows, yeah, I've heard of Bayern, has the hardest student exams in Germany, and Berlin is one of the easiest exams. So students from Bayern get easier into university. Oh, interesting. No worries, pages are huge. I'm just applying the finishing touches to my third page in Creepy Kawaii Halloween. Most productive I've ever been. Nice, Amy. Can't wait to see those finished pages. Right, I'm going to grab out raw umber. I've got bistre somewhere here in brown ochre. Brown ochre's a little diddy one. And where's bistre? Is it this one? 179, yeah. Ari put me to sleep. I didn't care for it. My school was technically a Church of England school, so we did have a kind of requirement to do RE to GCSE level, but it made no difference to how I was taught, really. RE, it's weird. RE isn't really, in my opinion, RE. It's more kind of like, in a way, like social studies. Like you learn a lot about sort of like morals and stuff like that. Not necessarily about like specific religions. It was sort of, if you were good at English, you'd be good at RE, because a lot of it was like reading and comprehension and things like that. Right. I'm going to do this bunny here brown because I've got some brown transfer from the rest of the page. And I might as well incorporate it into the bunny. It's going to give it some brown patches. Do a couple of bunnies this brown colour. I had no opportunity to look at my phone today. From my class, we all got assigned a number for the Bible we used. Lovely. I was on a social high school, had a lot of pedagogy and psychology. That's cool. We had psychology as an option for A levels, but not GCSEs. And I did RE. We basically looked at controversial issues and discussed how different religions viewed it. I still remember how to answer the exam questions. Some people agree, some people disagree. Religion 1 thinks, religion 2 thinks. I think easy 5 points. Yeah. I was pretty good at RE. Didn't find it too challenging. Although I really struggle with my memory of these things because I barely remember what I did for various You know what? I want to make this whole bunny brown. Patches weren't working out, so make it all brown. Okay, let's try this one. Hello Sheena, welcome in. Thanks for joining. You must be all booked through December. I haven't got anything planned for December yet for buddy colours. After the amount that I've got for November, I've got a couple pre-planned, but literally just 2. So I'll get them done, or I'll plan those. But in terms of any others that I'm pre-planning, I'm not going to. I will instead create buddies based on my December plans video that I'll create and kind of do it that way. I've just realised I forgot to colour his bow at the back here. Oh, sorry, you were no worries, Kimberlyn. Had to leave her a bit because my son blew the electrics. Oh no. Hopefully that's all sorted out though. Let's do this one a brown one as well. There we go. Right, I want to do, just gonna look at the front cover. Got some grey ones, kind of blackish, patchy one. Let's get some warm greys. In fact, I initially did RE in college, but didn't mesh well with the other students, and they politely suggested I would be a better fit for philosophy, so I switched to language. Fair enough. When I did my A-levels, it was the year after they decided to drop AS levels, which are just the exams you do in between your A-levels, like after year 12. So they didn't actually count unless you decided to drop one. So my school made us do 4 A-levels to start with. And I started off doing psychology, history, English literature, and what was the other one? Biology. And then I very quickly realised that what they were covering in history did not appeal to me. It was all Tudors, War of the Roses. No, I really loved history at GCSE, but for A-levels I was like, nope, not doing this. So I switched to sociology. And then I spent most of the year thinking I was going to drop English literature because the teacher hated me for some reason. And then by the time it got to the end of the year, I was like, you know what? I think I can improve my English literature grade. I don't think I could improve my biology grade because there was so much to memorise, and memorising facts, it just isn't for me. So I ended up doing psychology, sociology, and English literature. I keep saying language. AS levels don't exist anymore. Yeah, so the year before me, you would do your exams at year 12, your AS exams, and then for those 4 subjects, you'd have them as AS levels. Whereas now, if you're taking it as an A level, the AS level doesn't count. you still do the exams like we did them. They were almost like mock exams, but the grade didn't count for anything. It was only your final A-level grade that counted, and then the one that you dropped. A bit confusing, but yeah. Hi Rebecca, welcome in. Thanks for joining. I had to get an electrician in and pay 50 quid, lol. Oh no. It's actually going to cost £300 for the full fix. The 50 was a temp fix, but that is still cheap for what he's going to do. We knew we would need a new bulb when we bought it. Oh Christ. £13.50 for your electrician. Oh Christ. But involved cutting holes into walls, including the exterior one. Ah. Oh, Amanda, you finished our buddy colour, Forest Cuties, nice. Right, I'm getting some grey pencils out. One grade 5, one grade 4, let's go one grade 2 and 1. And then grab some cold greys as well. Okay. You did English Lang, Psychology, Chemistry and Biology AS. Then in year 2 I dropped Biology for AS Law and did the other 3 at A-level. I had no idea they changed it. Yeah, it was 2016, 2015. We had mock exams in like the winter and the actual ones in the spring, usually around April, May. Yeah, we also had mock exams, but the kind of ones we did at AS were like a full mock exam that was like in the hall in exam settings and whatnot. And then, well, depending on what grades you got, depending on what you wanted to drop. I'll send a picture tomorrow when it's lighter. No worries, Amanda. Have we talked about what we're colouring yet? Yes, I'd love to see you. Oh, and Chrissy just finished our buddy colour as well. Nice. Right. I think I'll do this one, a grey patchy bunny, to go with the brownie one. I'm just about to decide what to colour next. I have a few whips, but I think I might do a Creepy Kawaii or Lonely Pumpkin. Lonely Pumpkin would be a nice, quick and easy one. You might even get it done tonight, depending on which page you pick. If you pick a nice simple page, then you can get it done tonight. But if it's one of the more like full page designs, I've come across some listings for an associate librarian jobs that sometimes only requires a high school diploma and some experience in working in a library, or a 2-year associate's degree before in library science. Nice. I had English and biology as the big exams, pedagogy, math and social sciences. Don't miss it, to be honest. Yeah. That's interesting that you did pedagogy as a school subject. Like, that as a subject does not exist for us. You'd learn about pedagogy if you're doing teacher training or education sciences at university, but I've never heard of it being used in as like an actual subject. Pedagogy is the it's the study of like teaching. It's yeah, it's learning about teaching and teaching styles and things like that. It's a sort of word that you don't come across unless you learn about it, which sounds stupid. But because of the teacher training, I did a lot about pedagogy. I just need to do some cleanup of the gold gel pen on my last Kawaii Tarot page. Your body colour is almost done. Nice, Kimberlyn. I'm going to get that done, or work on it at least tomorrow. Become too much of his face. So I'm erasing it. There we go, I like that better. Then I think that one will look cute white. I'll do this one grey. I accidentally bought £60 worth of colouring books from Vinted today. Fun haul coming up. Nice, can't wait to see what you bought, Amanda. You finally got Morgan's new one and excited to hurry and do a page by Friday. That shouldn't be too hard, Chrissy. Those don't take that long to colour. It is so, so cute, that book. Absolutely love it. Then you're going to continue on this Alice in Wonderland page in Olga Golovshchina's Olga Golovshchina's books. Trying my best. The illustrations are so weird. Yeah, and raising kids the right way, or maybe learning there is no right way. Yes, it's like, what is the best style of teaching? The answer, there is not a best. It does not exist. I ordered 2 of Denise Collette's book from Macari yesterday. Nice. I still take pride in the fact that I got my BA in politics, international relations, journalism and creative writing whilst being diagnosed in my 2nd semester of 1st year with heart failure. I mean, yes, that is an amazing achievement, Angie. You should be proud. Very interesting subject, but you go really deep into everything. Yeah, it's... I found it quite interesting to research, to be honest. Does this mean you're going to post a pre-recorded colouring book haul once the books you bought on Vinted comes to you on your colouring channel? You might do, but I've posted a few hauls recently. I don't know if I want to post another so soon. I like to save my buys up to post bigger hauls. Yeah, you could maybe do it for the end of next month, because they probably won't arrive until... Or did you say they had arrived? Because if you ordered them today... Yeah, it was today. They probably won't arrive till November, so you could save it for a November haul. I am waiting on one more book to arrive to film my October haul. It was one that I got as part of a Lyrica order and just got shipped yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, because it was released that day. So I'll wait for that to arrive and then I'll film it. Alright, I want to do this sky white, so I'm just shading it a little bit with warm grey one. In Germany you can have basically everything as a subject. You just got to go to a school with that focus. Fair enough. Might not have gotten the honours part of the degree, but doing university with heart failure is not for the weak, especially when it's on a big ass hill. Absolutely not. And the honours part of the degree doesn't really matter. Like, technically I've got a degree with honours, but it doesn't matter. Might be crazy, but looking into going to medical school. That's exciting, Angie. Big commitment. I have 3 books in my Lyrica cart. You didn't tell me there are Looney Tunes colour by numbers. Yes, there's 3 of them, I think. 3 Looney Tunes ones. I want this bunny to be white as well. Little snoozy guy. Scooby-Doo was tempting, but I was resisting, and then I made the mistake of going over to Lyrica. Honestly, there's so many. I think I counted, and there is over 50 colour by number books by Hatchet Heroes, which is insane. That is insane. Over 50. And some people do have them all. They do. I might just give him a little black patch. Or dark patch. Yeah, that's cute. Just a little something. Right, and then I want to do a more cooler grey. These other bunnies. Like a cool grey 4. Coming back, Mama has done some hauls where she shows some of the non-Disney colour by number, including the Smurfs one and the Care Bears one. Yeah, there's a few. I recently got the Mon Fantastiques, which was because of her, and there's, look, you can see here all the non-Disney ones that are with the same style. So I think, yeah, there's over 50 Disney ones and even more of these. Let me look at the back one as well. Yeah, that's by the same artist, like animal ones. That one's really cool. I wonder if the Scooby-Doo one shows... Oh, just behind me here, at the bottom of the stack. I wonder if this shows non-Disney ones. Oh, no, it shows nothing. Sometimes in the side flaps of these books, they'll have other books in the series. But that one has nothing. You've got Mythographic Magic Apothecary, Mirrored Trolls Universe, Moon Valley and Luna, Christine Karen Fairy and Fantasy 3, Johanna Basford Ivy and Inky Butterfly, and The Sweet Shop by Chris Pine. Nice. Even more to be continued. Tiny Rooms by Jade Summer, Nice Little Town 8, Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford, and you got a 300 slot pencil case. Amazing. That's a nice haul there, Amanda. I'm a university dropout. The world didn't end much to my surprise. I think the only one that cares is me. Yeah, I mean, it is a very hard decision, but at the end of the day, it's what you had to do, and that's okay. That one is Animals, Mon Fantastique. It's mythical creatures, Mon Fantastiques. So it's all like, I'll show you a sneak peek of the one I'm working on. It's a double page spread of the Headless Horseman. It's really cool. Got some really kind of unique colours to it. Yeah, I've done almost all the background, and then I've just got the main character to colour. But yeah, Mon Fantastique. There's lots of mythical creatures. It is really, really cool and really, really colourful, which I love. So yeah, lots of fun, that one. You will be seeing that in my upcoming haul. It's difficult when you spend your entire formative years putting this expectation on yourself, and even now I try and make up for my failure through doing professional exams through work. I mean, it's not a failure, it's just what you had to do. It didn't work out. Like, I started university doing nursing, it didn't work out, but I didn't fail it. I mean, I couldn't do it. It wasn't the right time for me. Also recently got the Black Widow's Monarch and Dragon set that I was missing, both the skin tone sets. They are amazing sets of pencils. Girl on Fire. Before, so I'm interested to see if I will like colouring in her work. Well, you like your florals and landscapes and things like that, don't you, Amanda? And I love Maria Troll's work. I find it very easy to colour. I think you don't have to think about what's going on where. It's not a tricky book to colour by any means. I found out of Georgia State University, campus and other colleges and universities here in Georgia after the grades for 2 classes I took in spring 2013 semester. I like the line work is simple, it's enough but not too much. Completely agree, Kimberlyn. And you can go crazy with backgrounds, you can do nothing on a background. I might do this one like black spots. Didn't get reasonably accommodated in the ways I needed outside of getting double time in all quizzes, test midterms and finals, that I would have had an easier time of passing if the art history was all. Yeah, unfortunately not everywhere is the best at accommodating those with extra needs. I'm colouring in my new Disney Colour by Number. It's Portraits Mystery Colouring. I also bought Layla Julie's Walk in the Woods colouring book. Bought them from a stationery shop called Ryman's. Oh, nice, yeah, I did see. Funnily enough, I saw and flipped through the 2 Layla Julie books in Ryman's when I went to Oxford. And then when I got home, someone had sent it to me as Happy Mail and I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I was like, I literally flipped through this. You decided to continue your Circle of Life whip. Nice, Amanda. Okay, right. That is all the bunnies. I need to do a bit of extra added shading. Oh, first I want to get some pink pencils, cinnamon, put it in the ears, and then I'm going to get rose carmine. Oh, that's salmon. Rose carmine. I'm going to do the white bunny having pink eyes, pinky red eyes, as white bunnies often do. I've coloured the wrong bit of the ear there. I think that's meant to be the inner ear bit, yeah. I wasn't sure about Maria Troll because I thought her illustration style was very juvenile, especially the characters, but I love other people's pages in Maria's books. Yeah, I understand. I can relate to that, but there's a lot of beautiful floral images that kind of make up for it. It's cute, I think. It's just cute. And simplistic. But sometimes that's what you want and that's what you need. Hiya Joe, listening in whilst frantically colouring. Pencils on fire for the next few days. Anyone else? Yes, Joe. Absolutely. I've got 8/10 pages that I want to get done coloured before the end of the month. I am quietly hopeful. I've managed to get, I've done the same thing on that ear. Dang it. I managed to get 2 done today, and this will be my 3rd. Colour in some of these eyes, some brown, some grey. I will go over the highlights of the eyes with my white paint pen at the end. To be honest, I thought the same about Lulu May, but I love her work now, lol. Yeah, I mean, your opinion of colouring book artists definitely change over time. Like, there's some books that I never thought I'd have in my collection, and now I absolutely love. It's kind of one of those, the more you see of it, the more you're like, oh, I need this, oh, I love it. And then when you colour your first page, you're like, oh, I'm obsessed. So for these brown bunnies, I'm using raw umber and brown ochre, in case you're interested. And then I will go with the warm grey one over the white sections, just to give them a bit of depth to them. There we go. Okay, I just got this book secondhand and there are marks on 2 pages. How do you all contend with that sort of thing in used books? I only have 1 book, and I will show you the book. I only have 1 book that had a coloured page in it. That is Luna. And I think what I'm going to do with it is, I want to do it as a bit of a challenge, where I will lightly erase it, and that's just to kind of get a bit of the pigment off, and then use the same colours that they've used because I really like it, and just kind of smooth things out, deepen it up a bit. And that's how I'm going to go about it, kind of just add to what they've done. I know some people will try and erase as much as they can until it's sort of like you get in the white of the paper and then try and colour over the top. But for me, I'm going to try and keep it as best I can and add to it, make it my own style kind of thing. It'll be like an interesting challenge for me. One page they start to shade Alice's hair, and I'll be able to do with that easily. The other page looks like a kid took a crayon to it, and that's going to be tricky / impossible to cover up a crayon. I've just realised this bit which I thought was a cup handle is actually the bunny's hand. There we go. The joys of an electric eraser. You can just remove it quite simply. I don't change mine. I love seeing their work, thinking of it being the book's history. Yeah, I agree. Right, I'm going to have to pop you guys on the back soon screen because I really need a wee. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Right, I am back. Feel much better now. Take a sip of drink. I think I've missed. Quickest pee ever, lol. I wee quickly, and it's just across the way. To be young with no kids again. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Just get in, get done, get out. Right, let's do the next brown bunny. This one is all brown. Good night all, doggy walking, horrid evening here too. Oh no, cars. Got to be done though. Have a good walk. Thanks for joining us. Have a good rest of your evening. Stay warm and dry, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna grab bistre again. Yeah, luckily I think nowadays Brittany places are better equipped and understanding of how to best support those with autism. It's better and better each year. Right, do this down here. Oh yeah, I need to do this blue bow, dark indigo, put that away. I was talking with met up with one of my school friends a couple of weekends ago. We were talking about university and how our school really pushed everyone into applying to university. Like, we all had to fill out a UCAS application, which is just like the site that you use to apply to universities in the UK or England, Wales. I don't know if it's the same for Scotland. And she had absolutely no clue of what she wanted to do for university, and had just ended up picking something kind of on a whim because she had to, and how she really regrets that and wished she took the time to actually think about what she wanted to do. She started university, lasted 6 weeks, and then dropped out because it was too late for her to be able to change a course. It was like just about too late, so she had to just wait a whole year before applying again, which was frustrating. And she just wishes, looking back, that school kind of accepted more of not even necessarily taking a gap year, because you can do that, and that was something some people chose to do, but just taking time to think about, because it's a big decision to make when you're 18. And then it does take Take time. You have UCAS too. You're going to start a new page tonight. I think I will be doing a page from Spooky Cuties colouring book, because that'll be a nice, quick, easy one to plop in at the end. And get another quick and easy win. Because I really want to get a page done in that. Because I haven't had a buddy colour in it, I haven't prioritised it, so I thought, let's do it on stream. Once I finish this page, because that'll take me just over an hour to do. We are nearing the end of this one. Let's do the warm grey ones. It's cold, that's warm. That's warm grey too. That one? Yeah. Right. I kind of can't tell which is a warm grey, which is a cold grey now. Pretty sure this is warm. It doesn't really matter. Oh, just noticed I'm slightly off frame there. Don't think you missed out on anything though. Oh, I'll tell you what, something I was doing yesterday was working on a Christmas page from Godule because of the Christmas collab that Wendy at Jazzy Doodle Designs is hosting. I signed up to do a page for that, and the deadline was the 1st of November, but she's now extended it to the 2nd, which I think I will be utilising. Just try and get that finished on Saturday. Yeah, it does feel a bit weird to be thinking about Christmas colouring, but I really wanted to be part of this book collab because they're so much fun to do. And it's getting me colouring in that book a bit earlier than I would do normally, which isn't a bad thing. Means that hopefully I'll get at least a couple pages done in the Hannah Carson's Christmas book, which will be nice. Totally off topic, but have you all seen the announcement from Rita Berman and the freebie temporarily available? Yes, I saw the freebie. I did. I don't tend to download freebies just because I don't have a way of printing them, so I just don't bother. But yeah, Rita's, you do have to act quickly. Usually they're only available for a couple of weeks or something like that. You saw it. Is the freebie actually in the book? I didn't download it as I figured I wouldn't want to colour it twice. I thought, but not 100%. I'm gonna double check. Go on her Instagram account. Ooh, going on my thing just reminded me of something. Apparently it's only 8 weeks of Christmas. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I was back up and got my page last night, so I must have dropped out. Oh, of the full buddy group. Nice. You were a backup. I get it. I get you, Joe. I was like, it took me a second to process. You're a backup. Yeah. So I must have dropped out after. Here it is. I'm just going to share the screen with you so you guys can see. And then go away, ad blocker. Whatever. I'll share the screen, and then I have something else to share with you. Because I emailed someone about a certain product and my many grievances I had with it. This is the page, the freebie. It's available till the 15th of November, so it's like 4 miniatures. Trying to get it so it's zoomed but not too zoomed. Get a sweet spot, there we go. It's 4 miniatures. I'm going to grab my book and see if any of those are in it. It's hard to make out. It's like a little mouse with like a cake thing. A mouse with a cake thing. And then like teacups and cakes. And something with a London eye. Haven't seen anything like this so far. No, that's not the same. It might be just taking different elements from the book and putting them together into a image, because usually her freebies are kind of exclusive pages. Something maybe similar in theme, but not something you can exactly find. Yeah, no. Yes, I emailed Sarah, I did. No, that's not safe. Yeah, no, I don't think it is in there. I'm gonna go on this tab and I can share with you what I emailed to her. So I'll have it on screen that you can read along with me. I put, "Hi Sarah, I've been wanting to reach out to you personally regarding the new colour cubes and changes you have made to them for quite some time now, but I haven't been sure how to word this. I'm glad I waited until your latest video detailing your process with the changes of colour cubes. I think the changes you've made to them are fantastic and truly improved upon an already amazing product. I really appreciate how you respond to feedback and strive to make the best products possible for your customers. However, something I felt really disappointed in was your response to the initial backlash of having repeated palettes from the original cubes in volumes 3 and 4. I do not agree with the hateful comments, as no one deserves that, but something I've always loved about your channel is how you're not afraid to speak out and critique popular brands. I've spoken about this with several other people in the colouring community, and there is a consensus that volumes 3 and 4 shouldn't have as many repeated palettes from the first 2 colour cubes. I completely understand the reasons why you have done this with the new categories and tab system, but counting the amount of repeated cards comes to 91. Almost 90% of the product from volumes 3 and 4 are repeated and therefore redundant to those who already have volumes 1 and 2. I have seen that you have offered discounts to those who have purchased the original cubes from the last 3 months, however I don't think that is good enough. Regardless of the fact where you bought the cubes 3 weeks, 3 months or 3 years ago, that is money you have invested into a product that if they want to add that to the product, 20% of it is repeated. I'm also curious as to the logistics or decision behind creating an edition 1 of the colour cubes 3 and 4, with just 500 brand new palettes that don't have any repeats from the first 2 original cubes. I know myself and lots of other customers would love to buy that, even if it didn't have the new editions that the second edition of the colour cubes have. I saw on your Facebook group that your general response to people raising these concerns was generally, "That's okay, you don't have to buy the product," and that's not what people are saying. We want 2 new volumes filled with 500 brand new palettes to play with, and your response, I feel, has been slightly dismissive. I want to reiterate that I really do think the changes you have made are fantastic, but you seem to not be listening to the concerns from many of your previous customers. I would be very interested in hearing your response to my concerns and questions, and hope that you read this as constructive rather than just plain criticism. So that was the email I sent, and to be fair to her, they did respond very quickly. That was the 27th of October, and they replied like literally an hour later. Yeah, because that was at 11 PM I sent it, and they replied a couple of hours later. So this is Sarah's response, and I thought this would be interesting to you guys. I really appreciate your email. Thank you for taking the time to email me, and so respectfully. You've raised some very fair points. I want you to know that I have read them and I am listening. I have seen many similar concerns, as I'm sure you're aware, and I'm really paying close attention to the feedback and trying to help people through this transition to a new product. The decision to include overlapping palettes between volumes 1 and 2 and the new volumes 3 and 4 wasn't one I took lightly. When I started planning the second edition, my goal was to fix the things that people had been asking for: better categories, easier organisation, clearer naming, improved colour accuracy, but to do that properly I had to rebuild everything. Moving the palettes was one of the hardest choices I made, and I tried many other ways to approach the categories problem before finally decided to do it. The video only briefly shows my thought process. In reality, it was weeks of approaching the problem from many different angles. I completely understand why that's frustrating when you've already invested in volumes 1 and 2 and were hoping for 500 completely new palettes. If I could find a way to offer an upgrade pack with just the new cards or the new box and index cards, I would have loved to, but logistically and financially, printing 2 separate versions at the same time isn't something I can do without significantly increasing the costs, and an expansion pack would realistically end up being priced the same as the new volumes. I know the message of "you don't have to buy it" can come across as dismissive, and that's not what I ever intended. But I also never expected so many people to want to buy the full set of 4 cubes. My intention was always to make each cube valuable and useful enough on its own so people could choose the one set that worked best for them. While I've been unable to create something that caters better to everyone who is transitioning from the first edition, this is something I'm giving more and more thought as we plan the new online features. I'm working on a few things specifically for existing customers to benefit from their cubes without needing to buy anything new. Thank you again for your constructive and kind feedback, and I hope that you feel my Facebook group continues to be a safe space to speak up. Even with the mixed feedback recently, I tried to give everyone room to speak and only hid or deleted comments when people were being rude to each other, from either side. I want everyone to know that I'm taking on every comment and listening to every piece of feedback, and I'll continue to work on ways to make this product an exciting improvement for everyone, especially my most loyal customers. Thanks for reaching out. So it'll be interesting what you guys think. What do you think of her response? Respectful and to the point. Yeah, that was what I was hoping for, Chrissy. So I'm glad that you guys thought that I was, because I do appreciate all the changes she made and the decisions she went about. I understand them, I really, really do. But that doesn't mean I'm not frustrated and I'm not annoyed as a customer. But I thought that her response was fair. I thought it was about what I expected, and it's nice to know that she did consider all of this rather than being dismissive, which was the impression that I got when I first read it all. Sounds promising, yeah. I think considering that was generally the gist of her recent FAQ post, I think it's good she took the time to write it all in reply to. Yeah, I saw her FAQ post and I was like, I still want to reach out directly, because I was feeling so much anger myself personally about the whole situation. I was like, I just want to get my thoughts out there and hear a personal reply from her, and I'm glad that it was a personal reply and not just a stock copy and pasted thing. But yeah, I'm glad that she, well, she seemed to. It says it's from her. It could be from one of her other team members, but yeah, I'm glad that they did reply. She shouldn't have just reused them. She could have made more palettes though, but I guess there's no point in crying over spilled milk. I think her response is okay, but doesn't solve anything. Yeah, I agree, Amanda. Like, it's kind of saying, well, you feel this way, but oh well, nothing I can do. When I think I understand the categories. I generally understand it all, but it doesn't mean I'm not still annoyed. If she hadn't really replied, that would have been exactly your point proven. Not very true. Very true. Sounds very PR. Yeah, I think Geordie would love this information. I'll yeah, that's a good point. I will screenshot that and send it to her, actually, because I know she was talking about it recently. It would have been nice if she said that instead of having to decide to reuse the palettes from the get-go. Yeah, something that sparked that email was from watching her video and the fact that she didn't even bother to mention the fact that there was repeated palettes. She just said it's all available on FAQs, and that's great and all that, but how many people, like, watching a video is much easier to digest information than going and reading FAQs. Like, and she should know that. Whereas her video was very much, oh my gosh, I've made the best product ever. Look at me, look at me. Look at all these people saying how amazing my product is when I've literally sent it to them for free and they can't necessarily give a full opinion. They usually say when it's another team member, they say something like, Holly, member is Team Sarah, so it probably was her. Well, I'm glad about that, actually. I'm mostly disappointed just because I bought the cubes 3 months ago. Reach out, Nessa, to the team and they will offer you a discount code. From what I've gathered, pretty much anyone from this year who got them has been offered a discount code. I wasn't. Sarah Clark majored in, graduated with a degree in graphic design before she decided what to do, what she's currently doing full time, and then made this decision after having her son. Yeah, but that's fine, Brittany. I don't think she considered those beyond they don't have to buy it. Yeah, literally. Your mail was very good, exactly what many of us were thinking. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, to try and like represent the feelings of what I've spoken about on here, what other people have replied to me or agreed with me on. I wanted to sort of do that, but in a very, very constructive way, kind of in a way that Sarah would critique a product. I do think it's a bit naive to say, oh, I didn't expect so many people would want this. And it's like, when literally for years people have been begging you for new cubes. Why? Because they want new palettes. So why then be shocked as to when you get backlash of, oh, why are there repeats? But I think I'll hold off any more judgment, etc., until we get more information about her website. Because if we, as people who have bought the original cubes, get full access to the site, then I think I would be happy with that. I'd be really happy with that, actually, because it would mean that I don't feel as put out to buy the new cubes, even though, like, again, no one's forcing you to buy it. You don't have to buy it. It's a luxury product. Yep. But I think if we can access the new palettes, whether it's in a digital format for free, I would be impressed by that. So I'm waiting to hold off any more criticism, feedback, etc. until we get more details about our website. This situation makes me not want to buy her products even more. Yeah, I haven't bought a cube because honestly I honestly think that the product is a waste of money to begin with. All she's doing is saving people time, which is nice and important for some, but for me, the whole situation makes me not want to buy her products anymore. I agree. Since this whole kind of debacle, I've been using my colour cubes less because I've been a bit annoyed. And because of that, I've been using these amazing colour palette books from Joanna Stone that she sent me. And I might buy some more of those because they're really easy to look through, which is something that the colour cubes aren't. And I really love the Practical Colour Combos book. I love just playing on with them, Pinterest, for searching for something specific like Halloween colour palette. I like finding colour palettes that other colourists have made. So many free resources out there that in a way I don't think we even need the colour cubes to begin with, old set or new set. It's only some of the palettes for free, Jess. I'm sure she confirmed that somewhere. Yeah. Because from my understanding, the website is free to anyone who has bought the colour cubes, like the new ones, but it's not clear as to what the case is for those who bought the original ones and what access you'd get. From my video, it seemed like, what's the point of paying when it was like for a paid feature you get to save like categories? Like, why do you need that? Paid features didn't seem worth it to me. Like, you got, to be fair, quite a lot of stuff for free, it seems. It's kind of like, what's the point of paying? But again, we don't know enough information about that to pass judgment, so I'm waiting to find out more information about the site. I will also wish Caran d'Ache would just go ahead and sell a 15 set of the new limited editions, because enough of us in the adult colouring communities already got, yeah, it's odd that they don't do that. I regret buying the physical cubes because I don't really use them. I would have used the digital conversion charts that came with the digital ones, so I wish I got that instead. Or I bought the physical cubes and then barely ever used them because they're so hard to go through, like, and browse and actually look for what you need, that I ended up buying the digital colour companion as well, which that itself was not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I'd argue that the cubes, the physical cubes themselves, are better value for money than the online companion, but that's fine. So I used that to like find my cubes. Yes, it's all been a bit of a weird situation, really, and a very disappointing one for me. Yeah, for the moment I don't want anything about it. I do like the cubes. It's taught me a few things about choosing colours. It's a great starting point for people, absolutely. I was tempted to buy Sarah's colouring book and swatch decks, but the whole situation has put me off. For me, I was really excited by the swatch decks, and I watched her intro video for it, and she said that she always strives to make things as affordable as possible, and I was like, okay, how much would I realistically want to spend on a, admittedly, basically just something this big, size of a swatch chart, with a little ring, not even like push pin, I don't even know what you call it, like bracket thing to rotate it, with some printing of lines. How much would I pay for that? £5 less. £5 is a lot still. £10 each for some paper, which, like, not gonna lie, you could, like, and that's what people are paying for. They're paying for the fact that they don't have to make that themselves, but it'd be so easy to make it yourself. In fact, I have been wanting to make my own version of it because I think it'd be good for seeing all my watercolours together. But I'm not spending £10 on just some bits of paper with a couple of lines on it. Like, that's insane. Pinterest, a pack of photo paper and printer, or someone who has a printer, a photo album or box from TK Maxx, and Bob's your uncle. You have some cheap colour cubes lot. Yeah, absolutely. Before I got the colour cubes, I had Pinterest, and I would just save a bunch on there, and then I would just scroll and be like, okay, what do I like today? See what I like. But for me as well, like with the categories, I don't think the categories are that useful anyway to begin with. Because when I'm looking, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm looking for colour palettes, I'm looking for themes / vibes. So maybe a soft colour palette, an autumn colour palette, a bright colour palette, a beach colour palette. Whereas her themes are too almost generic. It's like animal inspired palettes, which, like, I don't care about the animal and the powder, they fit the vibe that I want to go for. So the categories themselves aren't even that useful to begin with, if that makes sense to you guys. I can see how production of just the new palettes could be difficult, and producing the sets without repeats would be just the same as those with repeats. But you should be able to get that product digitally. Yeah, Kimberlyn. And also, I don't think anyone's asking to pay less. They'd be happy spending the same price as the new ones. They just want no duplicates. like, in my opinion. That's run, time to make dinner for family. Take care, Nessa. Have a good evening. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Those palette books you just popped up on your channel, are they available in the US? Yes. Pretty sure they're available because Colorblind Maya did a video on them today and she's in the US. They're just an Amazon printed own book, so they're available anywhere. It's a print on demand one. My Colourful Country Life is doing a website that is a bit like Sarah's Colouring Companion, isn't she? Or is her site different? It's going to be different, and wow, the amount of effort she's put into it is amazing. From what I can tell, Karen's site is more of colour combinations rather than colour palettes. So it's like, for example, how I've got like, this is a colour combo here, helio turquoise, light cobalt turquoise, earth green. So it'll be things like that, and then you can build your own palettes from that. Whereas Sarah's is more, okay, I'm putting together this green, this yellow, this red, this blue. Whereas Karen's is more about the spectrum of colours. From my understanding. It may develop, honestly. I honestly think she saw Colour with Claire videos, swatch decks and how to make one, and just copied the idea. That she has a $5 million company behind her. Yep. I know she's digitising her colour combos and making it so you can save your art supplies. YouTubers, it's useless. We would all just grab one and have to do a page based on a random card for a video. Lol, yeah. I would only spend $5 or less for a swatch deck. Let's help with the metal clip, at least here in the USA. I can print the swatch deck on my paper of choice and I can get metal clip inexpensively somewhere else. Yeah, I think like £10 for it is... I was like, that's not affordable, love. Like, and you've got to think about how much money it takes, like what their overheads are. I don't believe she's made that as cheaply as she can. How much does a pad of paper cost? How much does it cost to cut that paper down into rectangles and print some lines on it? Not that bloody much. Not that much. I could only think of Karen when Sarah first announced her website. I hope Karen still thrives with her website with this Sarah release. I think she will, because Karen is really doing it for colourists, whereas I think Sarah is more with the idea of artists in mind. Also, that just reminded me of something. So Sarah has been sharing a lot of creators that she sent her new colour cubes to. And something I found insane, an insane idea to me, is that someone she sent it to was a stylist, Instagrammer or TikTok or whatever. I saw this on Instagram. Was a stylist, and using these new colour cubes to pick an outfit for her. Who is spending £60, £140, so many pounds on these expensive colour cubes to pick a bloody outfit? I couldn't fathom, for someone who is like, I'm not interested in fashion, but I couldn't fathom someone who is interested in fashion spending that much money on a product to pick an outfit, to pick a colour combination for an outfit. That was just wild to me. I think Sarah has business in mind, not artists or colourists. Yeah. Oh, Mia Maples, not Mia Maples, but she did send... I had no idea who the person was, but I was just like, who at home is going, oh, I'm really into fashion. Let's spend £67 on these colour cubes so I can pick out an outfit. What? I just couldn't understand that. Karen uses her pencils and swatches like mad and builds it from scratch. Yeah, have you guys seen her latest video where she talks about all her organisation? Wow, she is an organisation queen. She must spend a lot of money on organisation, and I respect that. And sort of talking about the new website and all the colour combo books she has, and it's like, oh, I want to make colour combo books like that now. Some really, like, you can tell that Karen's really putting the effort into it, and she's really trying to make it affordable. Because, well, she's a very giving person. All of her colour alongs are free. She doesn't have any memberships or anything like that, which, nothing wrong with memberships. I've got memberships. Like, absolutely no hate to that. But everything she does is for free. And I think if she could, she would make this website for free. But there are time costs, which is labour costs with her brother doing all the programming and coding for it. Like, it's a lot. And it really is going to be as cheap as she can make it. I know it. But I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that product come to fruition. From what I recall, the sub is very reasonably priced. Yeah, I think especially when she's working in Australian dollars, which the conversion rates to UK, euros, American dollars is like half as much kind of thing, roughly. Here's a sort of vlogger who does a lot of clothing hauls and house renos. She sent them to her to promote them because she was popular. Fair enough. The colour cubes are not completely made in the USA. She has a place somewhere in Australia where they're being made, coming from a warehouse in Australia. Yeah, she's got a US warehouse, an Australian warehouse, and a UK warehouse. She might have a Europe one as well, but I'm not entirely sure. I have set up a membership community and I've been posting on there for 2 months. I haven't released it yet out of fear of asking people for money. Thing is, Amanda, you put it out there, you're not forcing anyone to join. If they want to join, they want to join. For me, when it came to doing memberships, the reason I did it was because I wanted to do a full book colour along. But I know myself, and I know that I wouldn't be motivated to actually carry on through it if I didn't have it sort of an incentive of, okay, people are paying to see this, if that makes sense. So that's why mine is I make mine low cost as well, pretty much as low as it could be. In fact, I'm tempted to lower it some more to literally like 99p a month, and then just have one tier, not even have the support tier, just have it all one tier. Right, I think I'm done. Hiya Jess, you just finished watching my whip of the week video. You can see how much you got done on this page since then. Those hills in the background look beautiful, thank you. I was about to say it's just finishing touches time now, but we've got this whole ass background. I almost totally forgot about that. Don't mind me. But I think I'm actually going to grab some Prismas for that, because I think it will end up being a bit smoother. And I really like these light kind of misty blues. I'm thinking like powder blue and powder blue and cloud blue, or a bit more of a muted blue. Yeah, I want to do colour alongs, but not on YouTube publicly, and that's fair enough. Yeah, I'd love it if you just had one tier, because I'd be able to join your membership then. Yeah, I was just like, because I'm not doing it for the extra money, even though it is lovely. Yesterday I said in Steve's stream that someone needs to man the stream for you today, so you can colour out the wind and not get sidetracked. Yeah. His streams and sort of Zoe being his kind of designated reader, because Steve can't colour and read things at the same time, bless him. It does make me jealous. I'm like, I need a reader. I think you can get like bots, but those would read out every single comment, and I don't necessarily want that. Because then you get loads of like, hi, welcome. It's just be a bit much. I thought the sky was done. Looks like a nice day. nice and clear. Not a, it's just one big cloud. That's the sky. It's just one big fluffy cloud. I will add some clouds into the sky. My cloud blue. Whoops, I thought you were going for a very light blue background. Didn't realise you hadn't done it yet. I totally was about to just leave it. Right. Now I could draw in clouds, or actually I think I'm going to go in with the electric eraser on top. Should it be lighter at the bottom or lighter at the top? Amanda, my landscape pro. I'll do it for you, Jess. You will get extra views because of my accent, of course. Not that yours is bad. Lighter at the bottom, thank you. It's just like, where's my landscape pro? I kind of change it up. Sometimes I do dark at the bottom, and sometimes I do it at the top. I'm not very consistent and all realistic with my stuff. Right. Don't know which direction to colour it in. Let's try this way. Oh, what the heck? Did you guys see that? The lead fully just flew out. And I lost my lead. There it is. That's a long ass lead. It literally just flew out. That's very upsetting for me. You did finish the page, nice. R.I.P. literally. I love Amanda's accent, I really do. I love a Scottish accent. That lead is like me and my adult responsibilities, just flying away. Your tip wanted to fly. Like, you did see it, because it literally just... Never had that happen before. I've had it like just break on me. That's not putting a steam, I don't know what it is. Wow. That's if I break anything. I have to say, in this book, I am so glad that they bordered the top and the bottom with just a little line. It definitely makes it easier not having to colour right up to the edge of the page. Kind of wish there was a border around the edge as well. This background should be relatively quick and easy. I've done this before in these Tokimeku books, where the main image itself has been coloured with Polychromos because I love them. And then the background sky I've used Prismacolors, just because you can get that little bit of a smoother result, a little bit easier. Brave doing a pencil only background. Brave or stupid, call it what you want. But I'll show you an example of one that I've done before. It's the polar bear one. It's here. In fact, probably using similar pencils. Look, I did dark at the bottom on this one. It was very, very subtle gradient. But yeah, most of the page was Polychromos for the actual items on the page, and then the background was Prismacolors. Because they're just a little bit, and I like their muted colours. And they just don't exist in the Polychromos range, so yeah. It's not too bad. I don't worry about it being perfectly smooth. I cut out my breathing in my videos too. I listened back to my plans video today and I was like, maybe this is too fast, but there is a speed feature. True. I mean, I just watched that one whilst I was making my dinner. I didn't find it too fast. They do ask us Scots can still read when talking. I mean, most Scottish accents I can understand well, but then there's the odd ones where you're like, what? But then again, you get the same with West Country accents, where there's some which are like, what are you saying? Do you switch to prismas because it's easier to do a gradient with them? This book, the paper leaves your pencil looking quite textured. If I hold it up and just tap to focus, you can see it's a bit grainy, a bit textured, which I don't mind. I know some people hate a textured pencil look, but I quite like it. So you can see kind of like the texture of the paper within it, whereas with the Prismas, because it's a waxier pencil, you can't see the texture as well. I mean, that's literally only my first layer. I tend to do a couple of layers when doing a background like this. Come on, there we go. Yeah, they're easy to blend, a lot waxier, and very soft. So when the paper's a bit more textured, this one, it can kind of flatten the texture in a way. Where are we at? 9:26, okay. For me personally, I prefer the finish, like the pencil finish of a Polychromos. And I think it might be my technique, but I don't like that kind of thick, waxy look to a Prismacolor. Oh my gosh, that looks so smooth on camera, zoomed out like that. But for me, it is definitely a little bit more grainier. Coming in with the cloud blue now. I still have problems processing fast speech according to the audiologist. Yeah, pan pastels would work, and soft pastels. I kind of hate soft pastels. I mean, I like them, but I hate having to seal them. That's the bit I hate. I like that with pencils, you colour and you're done. Brittany means Scottish born and bred. I'm used to fast talking, slow talkers. I'm like talk faster. Occasionally I'll increase the speed of a YouTube video. For the same, I really can do some kind of fixative. It seems like too much effort. Exactly. And I find you have to do layers of fixative. And then sometimes if you spray it too close, then the colour can transfer to the page behind, and then you're just like, for goodness sake. But like, you've got to get kind of close for it to actually get the spray on the whole page, otherwise it doesn't reach the whole page. Oh. I was amazed at Karen's sheen when I first saw her. I was stressed out listening to myself today because I was going fast because I was recording during baby naps. I had to, I very rarely re-record sections of my video, but I did the other day. I can't remember what video it was. It was the Whips of the Week, that was it. Because I ran downstairs to give my mug to my mum to make me a cup of tea. Then I ran back upstairs and immediately started recording, and I was like low-key out of breath and trying to record and sort of trying to do it in one breath, and then after I finished took a deep breath, and then I was like, that probably sounds awful, let's re-record that bit. think something happened on the next clip as well that made me want to re-record as well. I think some books fell over or whatever and it scared the shit out of me. Steve did a pastel background yesterday and Zoe was like, you haven't sprayed it and you're getting all over. Yeah, I'm a messy, I get messy. I've got, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. I've got purple pastel on my mat and I've just been embracing it. Like, majority of the time you can't see it because the book is open. But when I'm doing like my intros, I'm like, oh, you can see it. And it annoys me, but I'm like, no one actually cares. And all I need to do is chuck this in the wash and it will be alright. Good, got to go to bed. Jess, I'm rooting for you to get through all those pages that you want to. I got this. I do got this. I do. I am quietly confident in myself that I can get all of those pages that I showed done. I've got an extra day now to do that Godule one because Wendy extended the deadline for it, which will definitely help me out. And while I've got 2 full days of colouring now, which has kind of helped me. I wasn't feeling very well yesterday, so I didn't go to work, and they took me off work tomorrow as well. And I thought, I can afford not to ring back and say I can work now. And so it meant that yesterday I had a little bit less colouring time and I didn't actually get any pages completed. I worked on quite a few though. I got a good start on some. But it means that I now have a full day of colouring tomorrow rather than a half. My breathing annoys me when I listen back, so I cut it all out. The things that I cut out are my coughs and me throwing the books on a pile next to me and my chair creaking. But at the moment my cough's been okay. I'll go through phases. Sometimes after long videos I'll be coughing a lot. Tell you what, this background is looking very nice and smooth, with not too much effort either. And by effort I mean pressing hard. Yeah, looking at the amount of pigment that Karen gets down on her pages, I'm like, your hand must constantly be aching with the amount of pressure you put for all your pencils. So when I was following her colour along, she was doing 1 layer and I was doing 2 layers of pencils to build that opacity up. I was just like, jeez, she must be pressing hard. Okay. I've been too busy chatting. I've only done 3 tiny caps in the background. That's the trouble. Like, I can at least, like, filming the live, I can at least chat whilst I'm colouring. But when you're watching someone's live and you are actively chatting in it, because you're typing away, it means that you spend a lot less time actually colouring. Often if I'm doing like a large section of alcohol marker, I'll go quiet for a good 5 minutes and I'll come back and be like, okay, type. I'm glad you redid the background and made it sunny instead of grey. Yeah, it's a nice, this is a nice shade of blue combo, this, because it's blue but it's not like crazy bright blue like I would have with the Polychromos. The equivalent would be probably sky blue, and it's definitely a lot brighter than this. But yeah, it's giving it a nice brightness. It feels like a early morning. They've just got up, getting everything set up, or they've just arrived after a long journey or something like that. Don't know if I'd take a swim in the water. It looks a bit murky. But it looks fresh. Looks like a fresh morning, crisp. You started your 4th page in creepy kawaii Halloween, but I can't work out whether the frog is squinting or if his eyes are on top of his head. Oh, which page? I'll have a look. Oh gosh, where is it in this stack? My stack of completed pages is it's never been so tall in my life. Which I shouldn't be surprised at. And this isn't even all of them. Where the F is it? Oh, creepy, from here. Here it is. It was about halfway down. The 4th one, well that makes it easy. This one, to me, this looks like, this is the whole eyeball. That's him squinting because he's like proper relaxed, like, oh yeah. For me, it looks squinting, yeah. Like that's the pupil of his eyes. And he's giving that, oh yeah, that feels nice. This is such a fun page. And Amanda, I saw your plans video. I was making dinner whilst watching it, so I didn't get a chance to comment, but I'd totally be up for doing another one in here for November. Not that I should be planning any more buddy colours, but I've only got 2 done and I want to get more before putting it away for another year, because I know myself and I will not colour in it before the next year. I quite like cornflower blue in Faber-Castell. Nice. You're squinting as if to say, this feels good. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, Kimberly's done with the 5 of coins. Nice. I saw that creepy kawaii Halloween adult colouring book for sale at my local Walmart, but I've refused to pay the full price they are charging for it, especially when I may find it for $5 and some change at my local half-price bookstore or cheaper on a website. Yeah, I'm sure it will reduce in price soon. Alright, I'm just going to take my electric eraser and create some clouds. It's okay, I called you out, I know. You were like, oh, does Jess want to? I mean, anyone can, but does Jess? And I was like, Jess does. She does indeed. Right. That's one done. Trying to be vaguely random with this. Genius way of making clouds. Honestly, you cannot get the same effect using just a normal eraser. It needs to be the electric one. It's so easy. You just kind of use your circular motions. It makes it look quite organic as well. Whereas if you drew in clouds, they'd look quite cartoony, at least mine would. Oh, that one looks a bit crazy. Then I'm going to do one more down here. That will do. Ta-da! why have I never thought of this? There you go. There you go. Little tip for you guys today. And then look at this one. The trouble is it's a bit dirty. You can kind of try and soften some of the edges here. So if I erase as cleanly. Lovely. There we go. There we go. Right. Let's add these eye shinies back in. Adding eye shinies to pages just instantly makes it look cuter. Can't explain it, but it does. Right, then I'll do some little highlights on these lights here. And then some of these metal bits. Cups. Box there. Some bags. Along the waterline. Let's go along this bench. Right, I think that will do. Maybe on these bits of pineapple too. There we go. Oh, and on the fork. Plates. That will do. That will do. Right. That is this page all done, everybody. I may do some other tweaks, but it will literally just be doing another layer of pencil somewhere. But is it water? Is the skull floating on the water? Water, what are we talking about? The water doesn't look murky. I mean, I added a bit of green, so it's got that kind of murkiness in a way to it. I went up and I read your comment as it's one of the teats on the table, and I was like, who's put teats on a table? Get your teats off the table, it's treats. Near the back, 3 front back. Maya's going to bed. Thanks for joining. Have a good night. Sleep. Which page am I colouring on Halloween, or which page did I not finish yet? Ah, no, so you talk about the page with the treats, not teats. My Little Pony Headless Horseman. I love that. That Headless Horseman's cute though. Maybe available for sale on Amazon UK website. It's cheaper than buying a small amount of refill erasers. I do have some refills somewhere. I need to sort out my drawer in my desk because it's annoying. I will do the snake and the skull page on Friday because it's near the snake. Make it a swampy water would be good though. You can make it whatever you want. It's your book. Yeah. Ta-da! Here's done. We'll see it again on my completed pages. But oh, let's get back my list, and we can cross off Peaceful Rabbit. Woo! The one I'm not convinced I'm going to finish is Lost and Found, because I still have no ideas for it. Right. Now, what have I done with tonight? Spooky Cuties. And I've got this page in mind. Am I thinking this page because it will be nice and quick and easy, because these mummy wraps will take like 2 seconds to colour? Yes, yes it is. Very little colour decisions. You're just thinking about the colours for the animals themselves. I'm just going to crack the spine a bit. Oh, it's acid, toxic bubbling acid. Lovely. Oh, have I missed someone? Missed someone joining? Hi Roslyn, morning / good evening for us here. Thanks for joining. Let's see the lost and found page again. Okay. This is the page. I did put it into ChatGPT, and where's my, oh, my tablet's downstairs. Dang it. I would have shown you, but my tablet's downstairs. I didn't really like what it came up with. But I haven't gone through the comments properly yet, but I think someone said like blues, like grey blues. So I kind of like that idea. This book is all Polychromos, so it's quite kind of muted and textured, which I don't mind. Yeah, I don't know. What is going on this page? I have no idea. So he's climbing up some stone to get the sword that's in the stone. There's a dragon, there's a little elf guy, there's a horse. I have no vision for it. What is the guy doing? I don't know, he's climbing. He's climbing to get the sword. I'm interested. What is the first page like? Is it just the same without a black background? Probably. Yep, exact same, just... Oh, the dragon's slightly bigger on that one. That horse seems bigger on this page. Was that just me? I don't know. It's like Arthur, yeah, in a way. It's like Excalibur, yeah. Almost sword in the stone, but it's like sword at the top of a building. Like a ruined building. I've put my fan in my lap 6 times and lost it every time. Yeah, I think blue's a fun idea. Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT again, like, generate a colour mock-up for this using blues, and see what it comes up with. Because I don't know. But let's focus on this. Where's my swatch sheet? I think I will start with all the little animals. You guys can help me decipher what animals these are as well. Because we've got 2 capybaras here. That's not the pencil I wanted. Capybara here, capybara there. I think I need to zoom you out a notch. Oh, too many notches. There we go. If you do that, we'll just put a blanket of blue over it. At least that's what it does to me. Yeah, that's the trouble. It will just like go blue monochromatic, and yeah, it's not the best. So we've got capybaras here. Cat or dog? That's a cat. Is that a cat as well? Bear. That's a bear for sure. Raccoon, I think. Bunny. They're in some interesting positions. This bunny is in one heck of a position. The arms are out the side, but then the one leg is sticking out here. Well, you need some colours, so I think the animals probably shouldn't be white. I agree. Corgi for that one. Could be a corgi. I'm going to start with the capybaras because I find them reasonably easy to colour. Let's go. 2 and 9. And I are 9. Pi are 1, 4, 8. Bunny's head is turned all the way around. Yeah. It's like possessed bunny. It's like, because its hands are out and then it's all the way back turned around in some kind of insane contortion. Right, YR 209 hazelnuts for the capybaras. I want to colour all the animals first and then leave the mummy cloth for the end, because that'll be nice and quick to just go boom, 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 done. Pick a nice like muted off-white colour. Maybe it's turned around like those terrible AI videos, honestly. I saw a AI video earlier today of a grandma supposedly falling into an enclosure with the tiger, and the tiger just kind of looks at her. And I'm like, these AI videos are just getting stupid. But like in a way still vaguely realistic. You're just like, what the heck is going on? That's not real. Because the tiger just kind of looked at her, didn't even move a muscle, and then someone else jumped in with them. I was like, what the heck are you doing? The AI videos are getting scary. Yeah. They really are. And I'm wondering at like what point are we going to have news headlines of, oh, this happened, and then it's like, oh, actually no, it's AI. Have you all seen the one where the mum gorilla is disciplining the baby gorilla like a human would? So many people think it's real. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that. Seen one with a cat saving a baby from climbing over a balcony, and I was like, well done, cat, who suddenly has opposable thumbs. Yeah, it's some interesting anatomy they've got going on. Oh, this is tricky, working out what's animal and what's bandage. I think that will do. That'll do, donkey. I'm going straight in with the next one. Honestly, there's so much rubbish where you watch it and you're just like, that can't be real. You look at the comments and you're like, yeah, it's not real. But I saw that ITV or Channel 4 or someone like that recently did a documentary that had an AI voiceover sort of talking about that, which is a bit of a kind of weird thing to see, and just proof of like how sophisticated AI is and how it will continue to get even more and more sophisticated to the point where people are generally going to be losing jobs over AI, which is sad. I'm thinking, for some reason, it's just sparked memory of the Johnny Depp, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and how his dad worked in a toothpaste factory and his job got overtaken by a robot. And now the equivalent is a TV presenter is getting taken over by AI, by code. Just kind of like that sort of similar idea. Then you go the other way with AI and it's someone eats a sandwich then splits open to eat them. Yeah, the kind of weird kind of illusion-y surrealism things. Or like the face just kind of like melts away or morphs into something else and you're just like, what the heck? I know chimpanzees have two opposable thumbs on their hands like us. Humans who have two hands, because I know some humans don't have two hands for whatever reason. Yeah, I mean, gorillas are very, very sophisticated animals in terms of what they can do. I like how this capybara's got his hair spiked up, like he's going to a primary school disco in the 90s. I think I heard 14k or 1.4k jobs got cut in Amazon recently despite record profits because of AI. That's just awful, isn't it? The fact that people need to start worrying about a computer program taking over. Terrible. It makes you think from a customer point of view, how many times are you going through to customer support with Amazon and you're even talking to a real person, or could it be AI? And that's annoying because you just want to talk to a real person. You've got to go to bed. It's time to change. Honestly, has me tired. I'm getting so old. Night, Amanda. Have a good night's sleep. I'll take you with me though. Oh, nice. Ones where they show the evolution of, oh yeah, and they show the person at different ages. Or, yeah, it's like they've done one of like the Queen when she was growing up and kind of turning around, and I think those are cool because that's used in more of like an artistic way. I know they did one with like the new Harry Potter characters, like putting their arms around or hand on a shoulder of the new cast of Harry Potter cast with the old one, and some of them look just really creepy. I used to work at Amazon. It was my favourite job, even though everyone complained about being treated like dog poop. A lot of Carter stores here in the USA are closing, and they have other job cuts outside of stores because of the higher cost caused by our tariffs. Yeah. I think I made Kimberly laugh. Guy Fieri has a capybara. I mean, what more do you want? If AI hasn't given us anything, at least it's given us Guy Fieri as a capybara. Why not? I think the issue is, I think AI just in general is getting a bad rep, because I had a few people comment on my video with the Joanna Stone books saying I would get these, but I don't support AI. And it's like, okay, I don't support AI, but this is AI being used as a tool for inspiration, which I think that's exactly what AI should be used for, and being used as potentially like reference images. It's a really good tool for that, for artists, but not replacing the artist's work. Like being used as a tool for inspiration rather than a replacement for artistic work. Yes, I like the technology that can bring a portrait to life. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think using it as a way to like make a fun video that, or of something that would never exist, like those transitions of, I mean, the transitions can look a bit choppy, but transitions showing a person's life and how they've changed in appearance over the years. It's really like, it's like the modern day equivalent of like a slideshow in a way. I still don't like the AI generated colouring books and AI generated images / photos, because a lot of it is done from stolen images without the permission of the original creator. Yeah, that's what I don't like about AI colouring books. For me, the Joanna Stone books with the AI generated images to be used as inspiration for colour palettes, for me that's kind of the limit. That's like a good use of AI, because you're not buying the book for those images. They are being used for colours and inspiration as a jumping off point. Because she doesn't even have to include those images in there. She could just have the colour palettes and that would be just as good, sort of thing. I know she replied to me that she could find a way to source images or commission them, but it would be so expensive and then so difficult. Then that expense would be brought on to the consumers that it would just make the product not worth it in the end. But at least she's upfront and transparent about it. She's not hiding it. She's not trying to be sneaky about it. And I think that's another key difference, the fact that you can buy a product and think, and you have the issue where you have some wonky details like this bunny down here and you think, oh, is that AI or is that just a quirk of the drawing? Lines missing on this page, is that AI or is that just a quirk or a natural human error? You don't quite know. And I think that's when you need problems, because then artists are being criticised for using AI and they may be sat there going, I'm not using AI. It just thinks I am. Like, that was just, oh, whoopsie, I got some anatomy wrong. And unfortunately now we're kind of questioning things and thinking, okay, that must be AI as our first reason rather than, oh, okay, that's a human error. So I'm always very hesitant to call people out on AI unless I have firm proof. You're allowed 5 minutes to go to the loo and it took you half an hour to walk to a toilet. Oh my gosh. At Amazon, that's crazy. The one I worked at is one of the largest warehouses in the world, or it was when I worked there. They said the size of 14 football pitches. That is insane. The other issue I have with AI is the rise of AI scams that come to cell phones as saved messages. The fact that AI sometimes says the wrong person or people have committed a crime. Oh, we have that, but just kind of, I don't even think of them as AI, I just think of them as scam calls. But they are probably using AI nowadays. But we have a lot of spam phone calls. I don't bother picking up the phone now if it comes up with a suspected spam. Just don't bother. Right. What do we think this guy is? There's an Amazon warehouse down the road from me, but it was way, way, way smaller than that. What is this and what colour should I do it? I want to get out some dark grey markers and make that a nice black kitty cat. Let's go CG20709. Oh, where is it? Looks like a cat, but it's so different with the other animals that I'm not sure. It's exactly what I thought, because I'm like, well, that's clearly a cat. Is that a cat? Is it just... Oh, it could be a fox. I could colour it like a fox, actually. What do you guys think? Trying to find a pen. is. Maybe it's a big cat? The whiskers say cat, but there's already a cat. Yeah. Fox could work, yeah. I think just kind of like maybe the line for the sort of end of the fox you can't see. Also not quite sure what colour to do the bunny yet. I tend to do bunnies white, but considering it's bandaged, I don't think that would look as good. There we go, I think that's good enough. Just grey then, yeah. It's funny, I just did a whole page doing bunnies all different colours, but when I see a cutesy style bunny like this, I always end up going white. I don't know why. Could give it just a nice light grey. This cat's always coming across a bit bluish tone to me. That's fine. I do too, to be fair, in many, yeah. Before I got too lazy, I would walk my son to nursery, and if I timed it wrong, then we'd pass the long line of white vans all leaving at once. Love that. Because I'm thinking, is this a raccoon? I think it looks vaguely raccoony. And I like the idea of doing that like a little corgi. Looks like that's got some wraps going around it. I just coloured a cutesy stylised raccoon today. I'm trying to remember how it went. Okay, get it out. Raccoon or red panda? It is a raccoon now. It's one of those things where, depending on what colour you do it, depends on what it is. Ah, yes. Dark hands. And then dark mask. So it looked like it had this mask going on with the sort of wavy lines on it. Ah. Now it's like, which parts of these are bandage and which is stripes at the tail? That's the next question. I might grab the marker I'm going to use. Let's use my Geo40. Do the bandage of this one. Right, so that's got to be bandage. Give them that as well. Yeah, they are usually wider is what I was thinking, but it looks like a raccoon to me. So it is a raccoon. Make this a bandage. That bandage. That will do. The others can be vaguely alternating. Dang it, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. Let's do that. Then let's grab CG5. Okay, its tail looks like a ring-tailed lemur, but his face doesn't. Right, I picked this page because I was like, oh yeah, it'll be much easier. But turns out it's challenging. It is challenging. I'm just looking at the other pages I fired. Yeah, these look much simpler. Look, see, that's the same kind of styled animal there. It definitely looks like a raccoon to me. But yeah, still not sure. Hiya Jen, welcome in. Yeah, that page may have been easier. Actually, that one would have been easier with the ghosts. But this is the one I'm doing now. The managers definitely throw it off a little bit. Okay. It's definitely raccoon with the mask round sizes. This is Spooky Cuties. Who doesn't love a challenge at 10 past 10? Exactly. Got to keep your mind sharp. Yes, look, look, look. It's definitely a raccoon. Aha. They coloured it like a raccoon. It's just got a very thin tail. It's stylised, guys. It's just stylised. Don't you know? These grey markers are a lot closer in tone than I was intending. I'm so confused. Like that, like that. Okay. Hands. Okay. There we go. I was going to buy Spooky Cuties, but still was waiting for it to come into my WH Smith, which is still open. It's been closing down for months. OMG, why didn't we think to look at the cover? Yeah, it's a good point. There you go. I mean, it doesn't have any of the other ambiguous animals in there, but it had one of them. Mouth in black. 70% off now instead of 50%, but I doubt they'll get in. Yeah, it would seem odd to be getting a new book, which this is a relatively new book, only a matter of months potentially before it closes. Right, I'm going to make this guy a fox, because why not? E490 and B3 I like. Combo. On to bed at 6 PM. Combination of being completely knackered and slightly ill. That's fair enough, Amy. You take care. Foxes have like white cheeks, don't they? Often I'll end up searching cartoon. Yeah. White face. Which goes like... vaguely like that. And a white chest. Looks vaguely cat-like, but oh well. It's a fox. I'm telling you now. I've coloured it like a fox, so it is a fox. Got the new cocoa eye one. Yeah, white cheeks and belly. Yeah, I sometimes forget and get carried away. There has been several times where my fox has ended up being completely orange because I forgot to leave a white patch on its face, and I'm like, why does it look weird? Look up a reference photo and I'm like, that's exactly why it looks weird. Getting too excited colouring me orange. Okay, he's quite cute actually. He's quite cute. Is at the top, the middle of dog? Yeah, we're going for a corgi. Going for a corgi. Let's go cartoon corgi. So I can get those colours right. Oh, it's got the same kind of oranginess. I thought it was a bit more yellowy. So I can do it vaguely same colours as this. Oh my gosh, yes, that's perfect. Yep. That's nice because we get a nice cohesion. I might do this rabbit brown then to match the bear. So we've got 2 orange, 2 brown, 2 black, 2 different kind of brown. Yeah, WH Smith is very slowly being changed into TG Jones. I don't think mine is yet. Oh, I think we might be getting a special guest on the stream. Hear them coming upstairs. Okay, it's quite cute. It's quite cute. Thought rabbit at first when I saw the bunny at bottom. Corgi is perfect. Yeah, that was someone in chat suggesting corgi. And then I searched for cartoon corgi, and yeah, that's bang on. It is bang on. Gonna get pink for the noses and ears. I'm gonna use R29. It's a nice muted pink. What other ears? Here we go, ears. Cute, cute, cute. They named it that to keep it similar to WH Smith, but not very good name in my opinion. Yeah, I think TG Jones doesn't roll off the tongue very nicely. And WH Smith, it also is like, what's the bloody point? Everyone's going to still call it WH Smith. Let's be real. Just grabbing a warm grey to add a bit of shadow to the white areas here. What am I doing for the background? Nothing. I like to keep these pages really simple, and so I just keep the white at the background. Right, let's get around for the bunny. Very rarely colour bunnies brown like this. It'd be a nice change. Keep the tail white because I think that would look weird brown. WH Smith is mostly cards, stationery, books, and then also some toys and art stuff. Yeah. WH Smith's, you get like notebooks, pencil cases. They do lots of back to school stuff, like folders and post-it notes, nice journals. They do lots of calendars and things like that. Then they have a little book section which mainly has fiction books, quite a good selection of kids books, and then like the tiniest section of colouring books. Lots of magazines, really big magazine section. That's where I used to be the only place I could get the Colour in Heaven pocket editions. I can now find them at my Tesco instead, which is good. And then they got, is that about it? Yeah, that's about it. Similar to our Barnes and Nobles here, not more like our stables here in the USA at all. Are they in a lot of airports? They're in a lot of, yes, a lot of airports. Like you can get like snacks and things like that there, and drinks and things like that. We're in airports and lots of train stations, like random bits and bobs, and often at service stations as well. You tend to find a WH Smith. Right, YG040. All the bandages. And I will probably bling the page up with some glitter gel pen for all the stars and bits and bobs in the background. Yeah, the airport and train station stores are what have kept the business going for as long as it has, yeah. They tend to be very, very expensive at airports and train stations as well. Like they hike the prices up. The reason it keeps it in business is because it tends to be the only place you can get essentials that you need. Transport station. I just googled and looked at the images. They remind me of our Walden books and B. Daltons, which I don't think exist anymore. It's weird because the airport versions don't sell anything similar to the ones in shopping centres and friends. Yeah, like you don't get your your stationery. You may have a couple of books. But I kind of associate like train stations, airports with things like I'm pretty sure they do meal deals, which they don't do in normal shops. Lots of snacks, lots of drinks. Kind of more like a corner shop in a way. Our Barnes & Noble's bookstore, the half-price stores are the most similar things that I can think of. Yeah, I've never even heard of B. Dalton and Walden, never heard of that. Both eventually became Borders that went out of business because they could not adapt to selling online very well. At the time they all went out of business some years before the pandemic. All right. So I'm fairly familiar with a lot of US shops, but there's still somewhere I hear them and I'm like, what the heck is that? Pretty much all our like stationery shops are going out of business because online competitors. RIP Paper Chase, I miss you. I'd love to just browse Paper Chase. Didn't often buy anything from there because it wasn't expensive, but it wasn't cheap. But I just love to browse. They had like such pretty stationery bits. Anytime I'd walk past one, I'd be like, right, gotta pop into Paper Chase. And now they just have like half an aisle in Tesco. Rubbish. I do like Typo though. I feel like that's the closest thing to Paper Chase that we got left now. Oh, completely missed this, guys. Love Paper Chase, yeah. I just love being able to buy things in stores. I just like to browse. I can't remember. Oh, it was Kira, Picture Purpose. I was watching her video, her cozy coming vlog video. And she was like, I like to just window shop. I like to browse. And I'm like, yes, same. I like going shopping, but I don't necessarily like spending money. Or often I don't spend in physical shops because I know I can get it cheaper online. But I like to just be there and browse. It's fun. Oh, keep spotting bits I missed. There we go. That is the main page all coloured in. Didn't even know Paper Chase was gone. Yeah, been a couple of years now, Amanda. Come on, get with the programme. I joke. Yeah, it got bought out or went under and then Tesco kind of took it. Right, getting my glitter gel pens out. What colour do we think for the stars? I'm thinking black for the skulls and maybe some black stars, but then on the pops, what do you guys think? Just being able to go into a shop and feel things, see it in real life, yeah. Even if I just look and buy the stuff on the internet later, it's nice just to be out and about. Yeah, just to browse, to be able to flip through things. I love flipping through a book. or a journal or something like that. Where's my swatch? Oh, right in front of me. Are you doing sparkle? Yes. I need help deciding what colour. These are my range of colours. Could go black and orange. That could be fun. My husband and I just bought a bed in real life for the first time ever. It's going to take 8 weeks. We're on a mattress on the floor right now. Nice. I don't understand how bed shops are still in business. Like, oh, what's the bed shop we have here? I don't even know what it's called, but it's really old. I can't think of what it's called. But it just sells mattresses and beds, and you look through the window and it's always dead. Black and orange or black and purple. Yeah, I was thinking black and orange to kind of complement this. Smiggle is ridiculous. Smiggle is expensive. I would never buy a bed online, I don't think. It's not Benson's for beds, no. I'm gonna have to Google it because it's bothering me. Ooh. Night, Marielle. Have a good night's sleep. Yeah, they probably do. Dreams, that's what it's called. Dreams. There's never anyone in Dreams. Who's going to Dreams? It's so much fun. There is 3 in the same little retail area. It was empty and me and my husband were running around like mud testing mattresses. Love that. Running around like kids. I was like, I thought that was maybe a Scottish phrase that I'd never heard of, so I just went for it. I think I'm going to go orange. But I'm going to go for a darker toned orange. G24. These some black glittery skulls because that's fun. This is great. It's my first page coloured in this book. If I have time right at the end, and that's a big fat if, I'd love to get one of the little scenes done. But I'm glad I got this one done at least. Went to Benson's Dreams and Archers. Got it from Archers. I've never heard of Archers, I'll be honest. Never heard of that. Maybe it's a Scottish company or just a local one. They're using Chromatex. Yes, these are Chromatex gel pens. Basically the only gel pens I have. I do have the Zebra Doodlers gel sticks, which are the 10 you see there. But I don't like them nearly as much as these. I do need to... Well, I mean, I'm not even close to using them all up because each of the pens has a replacement cartridge that you can use. Just noticed his tail down here that I didn't shade. Don't you have Langos? I do, but they're all the matte colours, not the glitter ones. I have looked into the glitter ones, but I haven't been able to find many good swatches. Every bed we've bought online has sucked. I mean, yeah, it's the sort of thing that you do kind of have to get in person. But also it's like you look at the shops and you're like, who is coming in here? How are you still in business? I only have £4 gel pens from B&M and honestly they are great. you know what, if it works, what's the sense in buying something more expensive? This is very, very orange. Is it too orange? No. I do tend to use the same few colours, so I do try and change it up when I can. I feel like this is a good opportunity to use something a little bit different. Got the issue now of trying to avoid the ones I've already coloured. Our carpet shops are all dead. Yeah, we used to have Carpet Right. It's now changed to Tappy, which I think is a terrible name for a carpet store. Doesn't sound like carpets and floorings. Tappy sounds like kitchens, like taps, or it sounds like electronics to me. Tappy. T-A-P-I. It just bothers me, the brand name. For no reason, really. It just bothers me. You always smudge gel pen. Yeah, I tend to I'll rest my hand on a bit of the page which hasn't got it and kind of hold it at weird angles and sort of over the top like that. But there we go. 2 pages finished tonight. What is the time? 10:36. Lovely. There we go. That one was pretty simple and straightforward. Didn't take too long. Yeah, first page coloured in this book. As I said, I would quite like to get one of these scenes done. I say scenes, that one's quite fun for bonfire night, start of November. It does have some nice, just generic autumnal ones. I like these. I'll see if I can get another one. But yeah, I was glad to get one of the little characters. They're nice, quick and easy to colour. I'm trying to find one of the scenes I really like. I love this one, them trick-or-treating. That one's fun as well. Maybe it's later on in the book. Maybe I'm thinking of a different book. I love this one with all the shelves. But there were some cute trick-or-treating ones. I can't seem to find now. This is one of the ones that I really love. This little exterior of the house, decorate for Halloween, and that one's really cute. Yeah, one of those two I think would be fun. Or is there one where they're dancing? Got them disco ball. Lots of pumpkins. Yeah, party party. I love this capybara with the little batons there. Yeah, that one's pretty cute. Yeah, there's one that looks like Pac-Man. It's pretty cute. Yeah, it's a nice little book. Let me find the Pac-Man one. Here it is. It's so cute. It's all autumn theme. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Head to bed. Write these 2 pages down in my journal. That's 2 pages done. 2 untouched books that I can tick off my untouched books list, which is also great. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me tonight. So lovely to colour with you again. And next stream will be on Friday, and it is Halloween, so it will be a fun Halloween themed page, especially for the day. Because how am I celebrating Halloween? Staying in and colouring. Yeah. But I'm gonna get the pencils all planned for that and do a colour mock-up on my iPad, so there we go. Right, thanks for joining, and I will see you all dream on Friday. Bye everyone.